Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another live stream. This is the live stream theme for this week, live theme, if you will, is the album that I wrote called Can't Start a Fire. And so we're going to be focused on songs from that album, and all of that good stuff. It's funny, I can't remember what the album was called initially, but it wasn't Can't Start a Fire. And then I didn't really like the first album title. And so I happened to be at South Main Sounds in Memphis, and a friend of mine played a cover of Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen, and it was phenomenal. It took me a solid 3 years to figure out who it was, and reconnect with him, and all of that good stuff. My friend Jason does a really, really good cover of that song. So that was exactly what I needed to get a new album title. But that's kind of the loosely based theme here. I took it from the line in Dancing in the Dark. Can't start a fire without a spark. Gotta have that spark. And so all of these songs are about not having that spark. So this first one was, I was also really into Billy Joel when I was writing this album. And so this first one was inspired by Moving Out, Anthony's song, and it's called If Love Only Ends in Pain. Catherine works at the 5 and dime store, gets a man a dime a dozen. After what her father figures did to her mom, she feels no man deserves her loving. She said, if love only ends in pain, what's the point to even try? If love just ends in pain, you can't be my guy. Catherine's mother is slaving away as a kindergarten teacher. Even she couldn't change stubborn Catherine's mind, no matter how much she tried to reach her. She'd say, if love only ends in pain, what's the point to even try? If love just ends in pain, he can be my guy. Catherine calls me out of the blue in the show month that feels like the longest. She simply says, hey, how are you? Like our friendship is at our strongest. But I say, if love only ends in pain, what's the point of making you try? If love just ends in pain, then this is goodbye. Yeah, if love just ends in pain, then this is goodbye. Anthony works in the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone leaves a note on the door. She says, Sonny, move out to the country. Oh, but working to work can give you a heart attack. You ought to know by now. Who needs a house out in Hackensack? Is that all you get for your money? And it seems such a waste of time. If that's what it's all about, Mama, if that's moving up, then moving out. Sergeant O'Leary is walking the beat. At night he becomes a bartender. He works at Mr. Cacciatore's down on Sullivan Street, across from the medical center. And he's trading in a Chevy for a Cadillac. You ought to know by now. And if he can work with a broken back, at least he can polish the fenders. And it seems such a waste of time, if that's what it's all about. Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. Oh, and you should never argue with a crazy mama. You ought to know by now. You can pay Uncle Sam with your overtime, but is that all you get for your money? And if that's what you have in mind, if that's what it's all about, good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. I'm moving out. All right, and that was Moving Out, Anthony's song, which inspired my song, If Love Only Ends in Pain. That is the first track. My song is the first track off of Can't Start a Fire, my album, which we are celebrating tonight. Now, I mentioned earlier, and you saw in that song as well, that I was listening to a lot of Billy Joel when I was writing this record, and this next song is actually a song called Glass Houses, and it was inspired by the album of the same name by Billy Joel, and also the phrase people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. There are a couple of funny things about this song and the album title that inspired it. So first of all, my friend and producer Andrew Cabigo, he and I were just talking one day about songwriting, and just random inspirations that we have. And I told him, I said, I wrote this song called Glass Houses, and this is what inspired it. And he said, that's so funny, because I actually have a song called Glass Houses as well. It was inspired by the Billy Joel album title, and he took it in a different direction, which is awesome. The other thing that always makes me laugh about this album, a couple of years ago, I was listening to the Current local radio station in Minnesota, and two people were talking about how it was the anniversary of Glass Houses going #1 on the Billboard charts, and somebody was really excited about it, and another person not so much. And so, this DJ was just raving about Glass Houses and what a good album it is. And one of the other DJs that was on with him, said, oh, that's, I don't like it quite as much as you do. And, was a little less diplomatic than that. And his response was, that means a lot coming from somebody who hails the praises of Toto 4. And so that's just always what I associate with this album. But this song itself was inspired by the song Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, which is hilarious to me because that's a really beautiful love song, and this is not. But this is Glass Houses, and I hope you enjoy it. Darling, where did we go? Darling, what have you done? What do you mean when you say I'm not the one? How does light become darkness so fast? How dare you tell me we weren't built to last? You never loved me, you might as well admit it now. You made me work so hard, then you denied ever making vows. Now you tell me when you brought it up, you felt all alone. But people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Sometimes I miss you, wanna give you a call. And then I realize it will lead to another fall. Now I'm shattered down where you always were. Watch out, 'cause it might come back, and that's what you deserve. You never loved me, you might as well admit it now. You made me work so hard, then deny ever making vows. Now you tell me when you brought it up, you felt all alone. But people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Yeah, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. If you were that fragile yourself, why'd you let my heart break? Did you just want to let another know what it's like to wait? But people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Yeah, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. All right, and that was Glass Houses. Like I said, inspired by Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, who I have a very strong love-hate relationship with. There was a prospect of mine that just, when we first started talking, she was really into Ed Sheeran. And so when that fell through, I just couldn't listen to Ed Sheeran. And we reconnected for reasons I won't get into a couple of years ago. And we were talking music, and I said, "Oh yeah, I remember you liked Ed Sheeran." And she goes, "Well, I didn't like him that much. And so that, that's just one of those things. But I think I even wrote a song called I Can't Stay Mad at You, Ed Sheeran. But yeah, shout out to Joe Miley, who is nailing the comments section. I really appreciate you. Unfortunately, this beard is very real. But I appreciate you tuning in. My friend Brian Johnson, I should say, tuned in. My friend Jeremy, my friend Kyle. Let's see who, Johnston, yeah. Oh, Mr. Wysocki, awesome. I love it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And all of that good stuff. So this next song is one. And by the way, Joe, I still don't really understand why I don't have a record deal either. That just continues to baffle me every single day. So I appreciate that. But you've reached the house of unrecognized talent. So this next one is a song called Give Me One of the Ways. And, like a lot of my songs, they kind of evolve over time. And so this one I'm going to do as a medley with Give Me One Reason, and that's the Tracy Chapman song. And so this is Give Me One of the Ways and Give Me One Reason, and I hope you enjoy it. You told me you were lonely that night, wanted me till you were alright. Then you came down from your fantasy flight. Suddenly you saw the light. Give me one of the ways you're thinking I could have changed your mind. Were the roses I sent too red? Were the words that I said too good to be defined? Give me one of the ways you're thinking you can do better than me. After how I treated you, after how I treated you, that's something I just can't see. I waited until your light turned green. Thought you'd only say, what do you mean? Heard you out through all your struggles, heard you out through all your pain. You once told me you love me, now it seems your mind has changed. Seems your mind has changed. Give me one of the ways you're thinking I could have changed your mind. Were the roses I sent too red? Were the words that I said too good to be defined? Give me one of the ways you're thinking you can do better than me. After how I treated you, after how I treated you, that's something I just can't see. Give me one reason and I'll leave you alone. You turned my heart of glass into a heart of stone. Give me one of the ways you're thinking I could have changed your mind. Were the roses I sent too red? Were the words that I said too good to be defined? Give me one of the ways you're thinking you could do better than me. After how I treated you, after how I treated you, that's something I just can't see. That's something I just can't see. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, I got your number, and you know that you got mine. Oh, but you know that I called you too many times. Oh, and you know you can call me if you change your mind. Got to call me. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Oh, I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. Yeah, I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me, oh, and rock me through the night. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, just give me one reason. Give me one good reason why I should stay. Baby, just give me one reason. Just give me one reason why I should stay. 'Cause I told you that I loved you, and there ain't nothing more to say. All right, excellent. I thought so. Hopefully you do too. But a couple new people tuned in the middle of that song, and I appreciate you for that. Rachel Cunningham, thank you so much. Pamela Walker, thank you so much for tuning in as well. I appreciate both of you for tuning in, for commenting, all of that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys supporting. Yeah, that's an awesome thing. Cool. So, that is that. We're going to keep on trucking here. And this next one is one that was actually inspired by a Prince song, How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore? So this is a song called You Don't Love Me Anymore. And I hope you enjoy that. Things look so much brighter not that long ago. What the future had in store for us, how was I to know? What I did wrong, I don't ever guess. I thought you and I only bled happiness. You don't love me anymore. What did you once say I love you for? You don't love me anymore. When did you start telling people I was just the one you loved before? Take a look deep into my eyes. Tell me you did not love me in July. If you cannot, let's keep moving ahead. Don't you try to look for someone else instead. You don't love me anymore. What did you once say I love you for? You don't love me anymore? When did you start telling people I was just the one you loved before? How come you can't bring yourself to give me the same affection? How come you cannot bear to send more love in my direction? You don't love me anymore. What did you once say I love you for? You don't love me anymore. When did you start telling people I was just the one you loved before? Yeah, you don't love me anymore. When you don't love me anymore. What did you once tell me I love you for? You don't love me anymore. When did you start telling people I was just the one you loved before? All right, and that was You Don't Love Me Anymore. I have 3 songs with a similar title, so it's a lucky thing I can keep track of those. But yeah, I like that. Hope you do too. Thank you to Kiana for tuning in. I appreciate you there. That is awesome. Good to see you're doing well. All right, so this next one was inspired by a movie title, and this is a song called Snakes on a Plane, and this and like 2 other songs were inspired by the first part of Scenes from an Italian Restaurant by Billy Joel. So this is Snakes on a Plane, and I hope you enjoy it. Boarded the plane for our honeymoon flight. You got a seat on the aisle. The man across from you took one look at your ring and flashed a devious smile. After a few drinks, it was all over between us. It wasn't all that hard to tell. We went from going to a paradise to going straight to hell. If getting in ain't that hard, why'd I have to work for years? If snakes on a plane can get to you, then get me out of here. There's not a whole lot to do when a cobra wins over your lady. After all we've been through, this is nothing short of crazy. If getting in ain't that hard, why'd I have to work for years? If snakes on a plane can get to you, then get me out of here. Landed in a tropical paradise according to the local paper, but I see so many couples here staying home would have been safer. If getting in ain't that hard, why'd I have to to work for years. If snakes on a plane can get to you, then get me out of here. I wake up in the morning with a big smile on my face, and nothing seems out of place. And you're still probably working at a 9-to-5 pace. Wonder how bad that tastes when you see my face. Hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. Now where's your picket fence, love? And did it ever get you far? Wonder how sad you are. And truth be told, I miss you. And truth be told, I'm lying. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. If you find a man that's worth a damn, that treats you well, he's just a fool, you're just as well, if it gives you hell. Tomorrow you'll be thinking to yourself, where did it all go wrong? But the list goes on and on. And truth be told, I miss you. And truth be told, I'm lying. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. If you find a man that's worth a damn, that treats you well, he's just a fool, you're just as well, hope it gives you hell. And you'll never see just what you've done to me. You can take your memories, they're no good to me. You can't look me in the eye without telling a lie. You give that same sad smile you give to everyone else. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. If you find a man that's worth a damn, that treats you well, he's just a fool, you're just as well, hope it gives you hell. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. If you find a man that's worth a damn, that treats you well, he's just a fool, you're just as well, hope it gives you hell. When you hear this song, I hope that it will give you hell. All right, and that was Gives You Hell, paired with Snakes on a Plane. My own song being Snakes on a Plane. All right, so this next one is a song that was inspired by a Pink song that was actually co-written by what's his name? Nate Roos, I believe. I might have that last name mispronounced, but he's the lead singer of Fun, and or at least was. They're technically on hiatus at this point. But that is that. Yeah. So he, wrote for fun and actually co-wrote a Maroon 5 song as well called Leaving California. Really, really good song there. So that is that. How you doing, Leslie? Good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this is my own song that is called Where You Shouldn't Be, and it was inspired by Just Give Me a Reason, so I'm going to do it as a medley. When is it you cease to try? When did I love you become a lie? I'm blind to all your reasons. Thought we'd be inseparable. Thought your heart would always be full. Now you're on trial for love treason. I planned my whole life around what you once said. Now my whole life is something that I dread. Now I'm waking up alone as I reach for the phone to tell you your pillow misses you and wants you to come back home. Can't put my arms around you, thought I gave you what you need. Oh, but now I found you in a place where you shouldn't be. Where is the point of no return? When can we rebuild the bridge we burned? I'm still awaiting your responding. Don't know what I did, I don't care. All I want is that you're there to end this odd unbonding. I'd planned my whole life around what you once said, and now my whole life is something that I dread. Now I'm waking up alone as I reach for the phone to tell you your pillow misses you and wants you to come back home. I can't put my arms around you, thought I gave you what you need. Oh, but now I found you in a place where you shouldn't be. I can't move on from the shadow of your love if it's constantly hovering up above. I've been picturing you out with another man. I've been picturing your new life that I'll never understand. Now I'm waking up alone as I reach for the phone to tell you your pillow misses you and wants you to come back home. I can't put my arms around you, thought I gave you what you need. Oh, but now I found you in a place where you shouldn't be. Now I'm waking up alone as I reach for the phone to tell you your pillow misses you and wants you to come back home. I can't put my arms around you, thought I gave you what you need. Oh, but now I found you in a place where you shouldn't be. You're where you shouldn't be. You're where you shouldn't be. All right, and that was Where You Shouldn't Be. Here's what inspired it. Right from the start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, and I, your willing victim. You let me see it, you show the parts of me that weren't all that pretty, and with every touch you fix them. You've been talking in your sleep, things you never say to me. Tell me that you've had enough. Love. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second when I'm broken, just bend and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars, it's been written in the scars of our hearts that when I'm broken, just bend and we we can learn to love again. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Where is this all coming from? I thought that we were fine, or we had everything. Your head is running wild again, my dear, we still have everything. And it's all in your mind, but this is happening. You and them in real bad dreams. Oh, you used to lie so close to me. Oh, now there's just empty sheets between our love, our love. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second when I'm broken, just bend and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars, it's been written in the scars of our hearts that when I'm broken, just bend and we can learn to love again. Our tear ducts and rust, our veins here for us. Things are getting rough, but our love's enough. You're more in a drink, you're holding it in, but nothing is as bad as it seems. We'll come clean, just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second when I'm broken, just bend and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars, it's been written in the scars of our hearts that when I'm broken, just bend and we can learn to love again. Yeah, we can learn to love again. Yeah, we can learn to love again. All right, and that was a combination of a couple of things. Just Give Me a Reason and my song, Where You Shouldn't Be. I'm going to relocate just for a second here, because my phone is dying and I don't want it to die on you guys. So I'm going to plug up really quick. Change locations. And we will go from there. All part of the deal. All right. So there we go. Because I know you guys were just, really excited. All right. Cool. So that is that. And get that plugged up here really quick. All right. A little change in scenery is nice. So we are getting down there. It's funny. Whoa. Something happened to that YouTube feed, and I am not sure what it was. There we go. That disappeared for a second. By the way, before we dive back in, my friend Lizzie tuned in, so shout out to you and my friend Andy as well. I appreciate both of you guys for tuning in. So this next song, it's funny. So after, going through this breakup, falling out, whatever, it was about 3 months before I wrote Can't Start a Fire, which is this album. And it's pretty interesting because, it took about 1.5 years for me to write, funny songs on a consistent basis. But this next song is one that I find to be quite humorous and similar to Possum Dumplings. It's it's that, and actually there's one more that I'm gonna play right before that, before we get to the funny one, we're gonna, go really, really dark. So this is another one that was inspired by scenes from an Italian restaurant. But it's in a minor chord, so I'm sad. But anyway, so this is Drunk Enough, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll never get drunk enough to forget your memory. I'll never get drunk enough to approach you for a second chance if you never even wanted me. I'll never get drunk enough to find the words I need to say. But please fill up my bottomless cup to help me wash out the pain. You'll never get drunk enough to think that I could be your man. You'll never be sober enough for you to understand. The road I'm on, the pain I shoot is me trying to compensate. 'Cause I never get drunk enough to convince you to wait. The save the date comes from your address. I can't bring myself to attend. The pain that you caused, it defied our laws, but that's something you can't comprehend. I'll never get drunk enough to survive all your I-do's. I'll never get drunk enough to forget about you. All right. Awesome. So that is that. And I want to give another shout out. I keep on losing that YouTube feed, which is just ridiculous. But that is that. I want to give a shout out to my friend Pat Gavin for tuning in. He is tuned in pretty much every week. And I appreciate him for that. And Pat, I hope you'll enjoy this next one. So as I started to describe earlier, it took me about a year and a half, very legitimately, to be able to laugh about this situation and write funny songs on a consistent basis. But this is one that just kind of came out, and I really enjoyed it. It's a precursor to Possum Dumplings in that it kind of substitutes in for another phrase that I wanted to say, but I kind of like this better. It was a little bit, gave a little bit more of a visual. So this is a song called Satan's Place, and it was actually inspired by It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, the Billy Joel song. And so This is Satan's Place, and it's still rock and roll to me. Moved down to her neck of the woods, just a 5-hour commute away. We were so happy in mid-July, but by October you had gone astray. We had even talked about a one-day wedding, perhaps we'll meet again in another setting. Hot stuff, adding up big shots, acting tough, I'll meet you at Satan's Place. What's the price you pay for good behavior? Is it even worth all the pain? Sent you flowers, treated you like a princess, yet you think them all men are the same. Maybe you just thought I was acting, when in reality I was matter-of-facting. Glass house, big expense, folks like you will have to rent. I'll meet you at Satan's Place. What's the problem with the way I treat you? Is this a new way to live? Do you not know how to treat a man who provides you with all he can get? Even if the prospect seems a bit confounding, I thought you could get used to the love that was surrounding your mindset. I'm better than your life falls flat. I'll meet you at Satan's Place. Bridge burned, now you've learned the ways that you turn, led you to Satan's Place. What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the age of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress trashy till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Shouldn't get a set of white wall tires. Are you gonna cruise the Miracle Mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. Your best bet's a true baby blue Continental. Hot punk, cool funk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me. Oh, it doesn't matter what they say in the papers, 'cause it's always been the same old scene. There's a new man in town, but you can't get the sound from the story in the magazine. Ain't that your average teen? How about a mirror pink sidewinders and a bright orange pair of pants? You can really be a Paul Brown, baby, if you just give it half a chance. Don't waste your money on a new set of speakers. You get more mileage from a cheap pair of sneakers. It's the next phase, new way, dance craze. Anyways, it's still rock and roll to me. Yeah, alright. What's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Don't you know that they're out of touch? Should have tried to be a straight-A student. If you are, then you think too much. Don't you know about the new fashion, honey? All you need are looks and a whole lot of money. It's the next phase, new wave dance craze. Anyways, it's still rock and roll to me. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. All right, and that was It's Still Rock and Roll. Got 3 new people tuning in. We have Lee Johnson. Appreciate you for tuning in. Tia Gray is tuning in as well. And Roger Boulay, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time on a Friday night. Really means a lot. I guess, you know, quarantine maybe, otherwise you wouldn't, but I like to think, you know, maybe you'd still tune in, and I could be your Friday night plans. Wouldn't that be nice? I guess this whole album is about Friday night plans being canceled in some sort of a way. But yeah, so that was a combination of It's Still Rock and Roll to Me and Satan's Place, which again I just found hilarious and just over the top cynical. So yeah, that's just, you know, one of those things. So this next song actually wasn't even originally supposed to be on the album, but like I said, there were you know, a lot of these songs were inspired by Billy Joel songs. And so I was going to put Scenes from an Italian Restaurant at the end. And then it kind of occurred to me that, you know, that might be a little expensive to do in the long run, about the cost of a bottle of red or a bottle of white times 10. But, you know, so anyway, I had this song called Your Road, and thought, you know, this would be kind of a fun one. And so I, you know, put it on and did that. And of all things, this song was inspired by Sunglasses at Night, the song by Corey Hart. And so I'm going to do that, do it as a medley with Sunglasses at Night, as well as a couple other things. So this is Your Road, and that medley. Your road never intersected mine. That's how you wanted it all the time. No matter where I traveled down, you never even were around. Your road never intersected my space. I drove 4 miles, blew out my brakes. Your road just leads to a dead end. Mine and us being more than just friends. Your road, it twisted and it turned. The bridge to get there is now burned. Your road never intersected with mine, and I'm sure you thought that was just fine. Your road I traveled down for years. Now when I try to, it just disappears. Your road ends where my future starts. Your bad directions broke us apart. I've trashed a large fork in your road. Now there's too many places to go. Your road, it leads to reconstruct. Your road has me forever stuck. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you weave and breathe your storylines. And I I wear my sunglasses at night so I can keep track of the visions in my eyes while she's deceiving me. She cuts my security as she got control of me. I turn to her and say, don't switch the blade on a guy in shades, oh no. Oh, do believe it, don't masquerade with a guy in shades, oh no. I ain't expected to be made with a guy in shades, oh no. Oh yeah. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can forget my name while you collect your claim. And I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see the line that's right before my eyes while she's deceiving me. She cuts my security as she got control of me. I turn to her and say, don't switch the blade on a guy in shades, oh no. Unbelieving, don't masquerade with a guy in shades, oh no. I'm getting outstanding cause you got it made with a guy in shades, oh no. Oh, say, I wear my sunglasses at night. 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 All right, and that was Sunglasses at Night. I'm going to do the other two medleys, or the other two songs in just a second. Makes sense to pair those two together anyway. Before I do that, though, I want to give a shout-out, kind of a random shout-out, to a friend of mine who I used to work with. And when I wore my Bee Gees costume to work around Halloween, although I'd like to think I'd just do that anyway. So, you know, I wore that costume, and give me 1 second. Now my laptop's dying. So, you know, I wear that costume, and, you know, I'm like, oh, the Bee Gees, right? And, you know, so I thought it was a little bit obvious. But this coworker of mine said, what's your costume? Do you wear your sunglasses at night? And I said, that is not what I was going for, but that's a very obscure reference. And so I appreciated her for that. I was teaching elementary at the time, and so some of my kids guessed, you know, Michael Jackson and the Temptations. And I was really impressed that these second graders knew who those were. So, you know, all good guesses, but that sunglasses at night thing. Really impressed me. And so that is that. Now, speaking of that song, if you listen to the introduction to that song, it sounds very, very similar to Sweet Dreams, the Eurythmics song. And so I kind of forgot to do it as a medley, but you know, you'll see. And you know, sometimes I make my own arrangements to make the medleys work and all of that. But this one, if you listen to the studio recordings, the synthesizer intro is almost identical, if not identical. And so that's kind of an interesting thing there. So I'm going to, do a Eurythmics medley of Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. And Here Comes the Rain Again. Before I do, I want to give a shout out to my friend Eula who tuned in. I appreciate you. She's at least used to be an MSA member. And that's awesome. I appreciate you for that. And so this is going to be Here Comes the Rain Again. I had to grab my pick. This is going to be Here Comes the Rain Again and Sweet Dreams, not in that order. So Sweet Dreams and Here Comes the Rain Again. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I traveled the world in the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Moving on. Keep your head up. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. I wanna walk through the wind, I wanna talk like lovers do. I wanna be able to feel your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Baby, walk with me like lovers do. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a tragedy, falling on my head like a new emotion. I wanna walk with you in the wind, I wanna talk like lovers do. I wanna be able to feel your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Baby, walk with me like lovers do. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. All right, and that was a medley of Eurythmics songs. We started out with Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, and then we had Here Comes the Rain Again. I'm supposed to, Here Comes the Sun. I'll let you guess which one of those is in a minor chord. But yeah, so both good songs. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to my friend PD Brody. He is a friend of mine from New Jersey who comes through Memphis every once in a while. And we always have a good time. He saw the video, liked the video. So I appreciate you for that, man. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, go check his stuff out, PD Brody. He's got some really, really good stuff. Yeah. By the way, I haven't been plugging this a whole lot, but if you feel like you want to, I am on Cash App and Venmo. You can just search Mike Maelenhausen, and you should be able to find it. There are some slight variations, but you should be able to find the name there. But this is a free show, so don't worry about it if you can't or just flat out don't want to. But that is that. So we've got one more song, and this one should sound a little bit familiar. This is a reprise of the song "Drunk Enough," which was played earlier, and so I hope you enjoy it. The whirlwind of your new romance, you seem to grab me by the horns, and you only focus on the good, so you never saw the storm. And now that it's rolled in, your theory has been confirmed. So you call me up, but I tell you your bridge is completely burned. It's far too late, I'm moving on. You only want me because I am gone. Men are evil, and so you say. He cheated on you, then he went away. You wonder if there's any good at all. Now you say you'll never get drunk enough to forget your love for him went to waste. He got the biggest rush out of your cheating touch. Now you get to remember how it tastes. You say you'll never get drunk enough to wash away his memory. Oh, but it was only lust, my dear, it was bound to bust, and I'll watch it bust with glee. All right, and that was the reprise of Drunk Enough, which, another version of that appeared earlier. Speaking of appearing, I didn't know this until now, but apparently if you say PD Brody's name 3 times into a camera, he appears in your live stream. So that is that, at least as a viewer. But I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much for that. So this next one, I know my friend PD will dig, because this is kind of that 90s rock feel, even though it was definitely, a little bit later that ended up being released. I think it was like 2007 or something. But I mentioned earlier I had this kind of love-hate relationship with Ed Sheeran, and this is one of the songs that I really enjoy. And so you think about this song and you're feeling really good and cocky and whatever, and then you hear Photograph or Thinking Out Loud and it just ruins you. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. But this is a song called don't, and I'm going to do it as a medley with a couple of other songs, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Met this girl late last year. She said, don't you worry if I disappear. I told her I'm not really looking for another mistake. I called up an old friend thinking the trouble would wait. Then I put in my time 2 or 3 nights. And then I jumped right in. A week later returned, reckoned she was only looking for a love to burn. But I gave her my time for 2 or 3 nights. Then I put it on pause till the moment was right. Went away for months until our paths crossed again. She told me I was never looking for a friend. Maybe you could swing by my room around 10. Baby, grab the lemon and a bottle of gin. We'll be swinging through the sheets till the late a.m. If you wanted me, you should have just said so. Singing na 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 na. Don't fuck with my love. That heart is so cold, all over my home. I don't wanna know that, babe. Don't with my love. I told her she knows. Take aim and reload. I don't wanna know that, babe. And for a couple weeks I only wanna see her. We drink away the days with a takeaway pizza. Before text message was the only way to reach her. Now she's staying in my place and she loves the way I treat her. Singing out Aretha all over the track like a feature. Never wants to sleep, but I guess I don't either. But me and her, we make money the same way. 4 cities, 2 planes in the same day. But the shows have never been what it's about. But maybe we'll go together and figure it out. I'd rather be when I'm filming than you sitting on the couch. But we should get on a plane and we're missing it now. Wish I had written it down, the way that things played out when she was kissing him and I was confused about. Now she should be here to figure it out while I'm still stuck here singing na 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 na. Don't with my love. That heart is so cold, all over my home. I don't wanna know that, babe. Don't with my love. I told her she knows. Take aim and reload. I don't wanna go back to babe. I'm a hotel door. I don't even know if she knows what for. She was crying on my shoulder and I already told you. Trust and respect are what we do this for. I never intended to be next, but it didn't come as a threat. I never intended to be next, but you didn't have to take him to bed, that's all. You know I never saw him as a threat until we disappeared with him to have sex. But it's not like we were both on tour. We were staying in the same hotel floor. And it was never looking for a promise or commitment. It was never just fun and I thought that you were different. This is not the way I realized what you wanted. It's a bit too much too late if I'm honest. And all this time God knows I'm singing na 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 na. With my love. That heart is so cold, all over my home. I don't wanna know that, babe. No, with my love. I told her she knows. Take aim and reload. I don't wanna know that, babe. Na 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 na. Shorty, get down, good Lord. Baby, got 'em open all over town. Strictly biz, you don't mess around. Got girls by the pound. Getting paid is a forte each and every day. True play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Well, I think about the girl all the time. Well, east side to the west side, pushing fat rides. It's no surprise. She's got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, she's on when she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in, get down so I can win now. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Gotta bag it up now. I like the way you work it, no diggity, no diggity. I like the way you work it, no diggity, no diggity. She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound. Baby, never act wild. She's very low-key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how the story goes. Curve the word, spins the verb. Lovers it curves, so freak what you heard. By no means average. She's on when she's got to have it. Maybe in time I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Gotta bag it up now. I like the way you work it, no diggity, no diggity. I like the way you work it, no diggity, no diggity. I said, ayo, 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 ayo. That girl's alright now, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played the tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Mind fall on a basin glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands comforted while she was crying. She'd say, come on, Grandma understands that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hands, yeah, they really served me well. Grandma's hands used to save me when I was crying. She'd say, what you wanna spank him for? He didn't drive no apple core. Why you wanna hit that boy? But I don't have Grandma anymore. When I get to heaven, I look for Grandma's hands. All right, and that was Grandma's Hands medley with No Diggity and Don't. It's funny because when I learned how to play Don't, I needed a couple more to go with it, and No Diggity happened to be one. And I'm like, okay, I usually like to do medleys in threes, and then it hit me that the song No Diggity actually samples, of all things, that humming from Grandma's hands. So if you listen really closely at the beginning of No Diggity, there's that humming part and the and so that kind of repeats throughout. So I found that to be really interesting, and part of the Bill Withers tribute too. As you're listening to Bill Withers, who passed away in April, or March, I guess the news broke in April. But you know, that's one of the kind of random influences. Obviously, the music itself is amazing. But there are all kinds of ways that it's influenced various portions of pop culture, and so that's a really, really cool thing. I just got one more. And it is a cover. So I think I mentioned this at the beginning. I definitely did. That this particular album, that's called "Can't Start a Fire," is part of a long tradition of me, naming songs after, or naming albums, I should say, after lines in various songs. And I try to make it kind of an obscure one too, if I can, so that you're kind of guessing. But this album title, "Can't Start a Fire," was taken from "Dancing in the Dark" by Bruce Springsteen, off of his fabulous album "Born in the USA." So that's how I'm going to close out, is by doing that, and that is going to be that. Okay, so this is "Dancing in the Dark." I get 'em in the evening, and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning and go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey, baby, I could use just a little them. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving around my place. I check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face. I ain't going nowhere. Man, I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know there is. Can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. You sit around getting older. There's a joke somewhere and it's on me. Chilling on my shoulders. Come on, baby, the laugh's on me. Stay in the streets of this town, and they'll be carving you up alright. They say you gotta stay hungry. Hey, maybe I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action. I'm sick of sitting around you trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on now, baby, give me just one look. Can't start a fire. Crying around over a broken heart. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. You can't start a fire. Worrying about your little world falling apart. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even even if we're just dancing in the dark. All right, and that was the Can't Start a Fire live stream. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will see you at some point next week. Just be on the lookout for that invite on Facebook. But we'll do it again next week, probably on Saturday of next week. But we'll just have to see. Thank you so much. I am Minnesota Mike.